Hello my friends, one more day, then Russia tries to invade Ukraine, destroying our civilian infrastructure. Today they fire rockets to our residential buildings. One of the rockets hit this big 9-story building. All the people were inside and there are lots of the casualties. As you can see, we have 9/11 almost after each rocket attack that Russia conducted on our society. That's why we need more military support that will help us to fight against Russia. And also Russia should be isolated from all of the international organizations, including United Nations. And I wonder why so many countries are still not supporting Russia, but quite neutral for Russia, for example, India and China. And I really like the post of Ukrainian representative in United Nations, Sergei Kislitsa. He said that, how is it to be next to a butcher in a chamber? Do you feel warm and sticky blood when you shake his hand? So it's his appeal to all of the representatives in United Nations who continue to accept Russia there. Basically, my opinion that United Nations is not trustworthy organization. It should be reformed if they let those butchers to be presented over there. Even Germany and Soviet Union were excluded from the League of Nations before, and I think the destiny of the United Nations will be the same as for the League of Nations. And unfortunately, we can see the perspective of the future Third World War. Actually, it's already been started. There is the free world against the dictatorship Russia that is supported by Iran and North Korea and partially China. So for the recent attack, Russia used the Ha-22 rockets that were fired from the Tupolev Tu-22 MS-3 strategic bombers, and those rockets, they're very powerful. And the last summer, the big mall in Kremenchuk was destroyed by the same rocket that Russia fired from the long distance, and this rocket has the deviation for 5 kilometers, so it's not precise. Knowing that, Russia continued to fire those rockets to destroy Ukrainian civilian infrastructure. This is Oleg Timoshin, the commander of 52nd Bombardment Division in Russia, and he gave the order to bomb Ukraine last summer and today. But obviously he got the order from the Russian command, and the Russian command got the order from the Russian political management, Putin and his circle. So they all responsible, and I would say that the Russian society is also responsible. They elected their leaders, and also they did not do anything to stop this war. So you can see that the butchers may have their own families, sons, wives. I hope they will have the same destiny as many people who lost their lives today in that residential building of Dnipro city. This guy is an narcissistic piece of shit, and he is unofficial president's advisor, as he claims, and he's some sort of the blogger, and he's ex-military. Yes, he is Ukrainian, and since the first days of war he got some of the points because he calmed down our society with his speeches that were also not realistic. He claims that Ukraine shut down the Russian rocket that went into the building. And all of the Russian publics took that idea and they say that Ukraine is guilty, they shut down our peaceful rocket. That is why it fell to the residential area. And we have those memes that this guy is working for Russia, which I admit may be true, because he really has the shitty mouth speaking about many things that are happening on the front lines, and basically mainly Ukrainian warriors hate him, as well as the major part of Ukrainian society, because there are so many fakes from his mouth that I wonder how he can still do what he does. And Boris Filatov, the mayor of the Dnipro city that was under attack today by the Russian rockets, also got a couple of words towards Arestovich and what he does. Since the first days of war, I say that Arestovich is selfish, let's say pig, and dirty mouth. But in president's administration, someone bets on him. Sorry, I cannot keep my words, but the intelligence services should react on that. So I would agree with Boris Filatov on that statement. And I think Arestovich just got afraid. He created the post, be smart, no, you should not follow the reactions of the Russian media. But you know, the world, some of the countries, they follow the reactions of the Russian media because they have some of the allies, as I said to you before, as China. They would look, okay, Ukraine shut down the rocket hit the building, and someone from Ukraine's administration confirms that, even though Alexei Arestovich is not officially from administration of the president. So this guy clearly is the stupid clown, and he just cannot keep his mouth shut. But could it be the Ukrainian air defense rocket that shot down Ha-22? Obviously, yes, but this guy 100% doesn't know about it. He doesn't have his own radars in the Dnieper region. So what he does here is spreading misinformation, speculating about the tragedy to get more views. And our air defense already say that they didn't shut down the rocket over there, and if needed, they can provide all the information about the air defense systems that were used this day. Moreover, they say that none of the Ha-22 rockets were intercepted by Ukrainian air defense because it's simply hard to do, and Russia totally fired 210 rockets of that type since the beginning of the war. Alright, let's go to the current situation on the front lines. Actually, here should have been the integration with the sponsor, but I decided not to make it because of the topic of today's video. I think it's inappropriate. So what we have from this perspective, my friends, that Russia still continued to assault Bakhmut unsuccessfully. Let me just show you the most important areas. So Bakhmut is here. They canceled the attack from the south, and also the Soledar is over here. Russia took it, so this is the city, and now the fighting is ongoing for the Seoul railway station. Seoul is here. And also they tried to attack and get control over Krasnohora at the southwest side of that city. Our forces obviously have already left the city, and from the pictures that Wagner posted today, I may say that yes, we have losses, but not significant. There were no any lines of the Ukrainian prisoners of war that Wagner soldiers managed to capture. They say they captured lots of the prisoners, but no, it's not like that. But today they published some of the disturbing videos showing that our guys were fighting till the end, and there are not many casualties. However, it's still very disturbing. What else we have here? That Russia is trying to assault from Andriivka. So far not very successfully, but they use artillery systems. As you can see, we have our defense lines near to Konstantinovka, and they want to get closer to Bilohora and to that village. Also, the Kramatorsk and Slavansk, that is the main goal for the Russian army to reach, still far away from the front lines. However, Russia may still use some of their artillery systems, long-haul artillery systems, to reach those cities, which sometimes they use. Also, they converted the S-300 air defense systems to be ground-to-ground missiles, and they use them against Ukrainian civilian infrastructure over there as well. Also, they assault from Lysychansk, let's say, from this part on Bilohorivka, unsuccessfully for more than 3 months. And here the fighting is ongoing very close to Crimea. Ukrainian forces try to get some of the control over that area. Our guys from the 95th Brigade successfully took some of the ground near to Crimea, and I would say that we are in a city suburbs, in a town suburbs, it's better to say. Crimea actually is more than Soledar in its size. Soledar is kind of small town, I would say. Russia was able to build defense, and it's very hard for us to penetrate it to reach Crimea. Zoom in to Bakhmut and Soledar. As you can see, Russia continued to attack the city from the eastern side, and also they got some of the success in Opatna. However, stopped their attack from the south. I wonder why. Now let's go to Soledar, and Russia tries to reach Krasnohora, which is very close to Bakhmut, and that's the main threat for Bakhmut city. But still they have to cross the river over here to go to the south to the Bakhmut. Does Russia have some of the chances to capture Bakhmut city? I think they have, but just this part of the city, because Ukraine will keep their forces on this part and will fire to the other part. I don't think that Wagner now has the resources to get control over that city. It's not the Soledar, it's much bigger, and the urban fight for Bakhmut will just finish them because they have severe losses for the small town of Soledar, and Bakhmut is, as I say to you, much bigger. So Soledar is here, and they assault also from the south, and also the assault to the Sil railway station. It's a very important hub, I would say, but Ukrainian defense is over here, and we were able to build some of the defense line, as you can see, near to Blagodatne. Even though the Ukrainian command says that we continue to fight for Soledar, Soledar was taken by Wagner. It's the fact, and we should admit it and continue the counterattack maybe on this city or maybe on other places. As you can see, Ukraine was able to send some of the reinforcements to that area, and I'm sure that they will keep the perimeter all across the railway road that goes from Bakhmut through the Krasnogora, Sil, and continue. So we have our forces there ready to secure the area, but it was too late to send the reinforcements to Soledar, and it's great that mostly our forces were able to left Soledar for these nearby territories. More closer look on Bakhmut. Here you can see Opatna is on the south, and Russians were able to penetrate this area, actually Ukrainian defense lines. But for every street we actually have also defense lines, and they will be stopped. They already been stopped, and you can see no arrow from this side, but they continue to attack industrial area over here. They cannot penetrate the lake, but they went from the south and they got control over this small quarter over here. But before, they took control over this area over here, but were driven away by Ukrainian forces. And now the situation is, I would say, standstill over there compared to what it was before. It was quite risky, and Wagner sent the reinforcements to get the Soledar under their control, and they reduced their assaults on the Bakhmut city. Near to Donetsk, there is the regular Russian army together with the self-proclaimed DPR militia. They continue to attack the nearby villages, but mostly without any success for many weeks. The front line on the south is standstill for many weeks, and my mate, who is the soldier, he's now in Kherson region, says that it has never been so calm since the beginning of the war. My friends, I'm gonna keep you updated on situation in Ukraine. Now press the like to this video, and if you want to support the channel, there are some links below. Thank you so much for your help. I wish you all a peaceful sky wherever you are, and have a great time.